Hello, everyone. Back to our sentence openers. So we are on number 5, which is the clausal. If you look over here, clausal, and if we scroll down, it gives us some examples down here. But first of all, we should ask the question: what the heck is a clause? What is a clause? So the first thing that I'd like you to do when you go to this is going to be shared with you. This document. You can open this up, and I'll take you to a document or to a website that talks about what are clauses, and it gives you some examples. And what I'd like you to do is you only have to read to the end of examples of dependent clauses. So what are clauses? There's examples here. A clause is a group of words that includes a subject and a verb. Now that sounds like a sentence. Well, it's true. Clauses and sentence both have to have a subject and a verb. And also a clause can be distinguished from a phrase which does not contain a subject and a verb. Example, in the afternoon. That sounds like a prepositional phrase. Drinking from the bowl. That was like a modifier. So an independent clause can express a complete thought and can be a standalone sentence. A dependent clause is usually a supporting part of a sentence, and it cannot stand by itself as a meaningful proposition or an idea. So examples of independent clauses, there are some here. Tara ate a cheese roll after she watched the news. Tara ate a cheese roll is an independent clause. It works as a standalone sentence. We could take that out and it'd be fine by itself. Even though his mother was a driving instructor, and here's the independent clause, my cousin failed his driving test 6 times. Hey, sounds like some of you guys. Well, I'm just kidding. Okay, so the my cousin failed his driving test 6 times stands alone by itself. Makes sense. A computer once beat me at chess. Again, independent, stands by itself. We had this other one, but was no match for me at kickboxing. Yeah, it's kind of funny. So examples of dependent clauses. Here are some examples with the dependent clauses shaded. Tara ate a cheese roll after she watched the news. So after she watched the news, if I just came up to you and said, after she watched the news, you'd be expecting some more information. Even though his mother was a driving instructor, same thing. If I came up to you and just said, even though his mother was a driving instructor, you'd be looking for more information. And the same with the last one, but was no match for me at kickboxing. So again, these are dependent clauses. Now there's a name that they use as subordinate clause, but we won't worry about that. So when we're doing a sentence opener, we're talking about using dependent clauses. Okay, so clauses that probably have a subject and a verb in it, and we start the sentence with it. So here, if we look down on this side, although she was hungry, vanity overcame her and she began to sing. So again, here you'll see that there's a comma separating the dependent clause with the independent clause, right? And they both have subject and verb. So in this one, although she was hungry, she is the subject. Was, remember I said was is that verb to be, is the verb. So although she was hungry, and if I came up to you and said that to you, you would have no clue what I was talking about. So since the tortoise knew the hare to be lazy, again, you would need some more information. He boldly made a challenge. So on and so on. So when we do number 5, we're doing a clausal sentence opener. If you're still not sure, there's a video here that I've put for you, and you can use that to look a little more about what a clause, about our dependent and independent clauses are. So here I've got some examples of using and you'll see we use an acronym. Again, it's just a bunch of letters that represent the words www.asia.b. So the dots are just so you kind of remember it. And they're when, while, where, as, if, since, although, because. If you're told you can't use because to start a sentence, not true, you can. And we'll look at the bottom and see what it says. So when traveling alone in a car, a person should carry their cell phone. So the clause is at the beginning, and we need the rest to make sense. And it's always separated by a comma. While practices singing lessons, comma, Robert lost his voice. Where the dogs dug a hole, Bobby found his watch. As the rain began to fall, comma, the grounds crew covered the field. I was thinking about the World Series game. That one came to my mind when I thought of that one. If you like to eat pizza, comma, you should try eating at Piccolo's Pizza Place. Piccolo's is in Black Falls, and I actually just tried it. Since our puppy is not trained, comma, we take him to obedience school. And although she was hungry, she decided to leave the last pizza for others. And then because the donuts were stale, comma, the bake sale was a failure. All right, everyone. Hope that helps you. So that's a number 5. We should start using those in our when we write, using the clausal sentence opener to have a variety of sentences. Okay, everyone. We have one left called very short sentence. We'll get to that later.